Hey man, that's you, man.
We got some shit that's in the making, man. Just calculated steps right now.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get it in.
Getting out the mud myself.
Yeah. All right, let me play catch up one shot in and let's get started, man.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever y'all ready.
Mm-hmm.
That thing don't stop, huh?
Nah, it's gonna go through.
We get this edited.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take a couple different shots too, though. We gonna do like a couple pans and shit, and that way I'm gonna get a pan of the Villelyfe logo and shit like that too to make sure I plug my dude in.
Exactly.
And and you don't have an MP video to MP3 convert on your phone, do you?
I can download it.
Yeah, download one, and then download that into MP3.
Yeah.
That way when he edit it, it'll have a full thing of the interview, and then he can edit actual shots that you have while the audio is still playing of us interviewing.
Perfect.
So like when you do the pans and shit like that, them type of things. Like you can even get a pan like us walking into the studio and kind of edit it into the interview while we talking.
Let's do it, man. We need all that.
That
We need all
way
that.
it should look very professional.
Hype wigs.
Right.
All right. You say Vibe Studio?
Yeah, Vibe Studio.
This
Prairie. Yeah, this Prairie
Vibe Studio. What's
Prairie
up?
P-Ville, that's my hometown.
Yeah, what up, man? You know, YBS is in the building. Young Black Successful Entrepreneurs. We are right now live at Vibe Studio.
Vibe Studio.
Vibe Studio, Prairieville, Louisiana.
Yeah.
And, man, we got a pleasure. It's a pleasure, man, to introduce the homeboy who owns Villelyfe clothing line.
That's right.
Straight from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh.
My
brother. I'm from Prairieville, Louisiana.
Prairieville, my bad. Prairieville.
Prairieville.
Well, look, you know, one thing about it, man.
Me
Me and my partner, we from St. Charles Parish, Hornville, Kelowna.
No, I know.
Prairieville, Baton Rouge. When you out of town, what is
the
you
same
say,
shit?
No,
It's the same thing. But look, no, because
you can't say Prairieville.
We can't curse on
Yeah, we can do whatever, man.
Okay. So look, this is where I look on that. So, like, me and my wife had this discussion all the time, right? Because her daddy from the West Bank in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So I'll be like,
West Wego?
around there.
Yeah.
But then what I'll be like though, I say like something like New Orleans, like the West Bank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, that ain't the same thing. They ain't New Orleans, because at the end of the day, it's a different parish. They're not even the same parish. But when you looking at like this in Baton Rouge, is not the same parish. So I consider these two different. But when you talking about like Prairieville and Gonzales, I can understand out of town of thinking that's all the same thing. Yeah. But when you from here, it seems like now you're looking at it in a different different, you know, because you're from here and you know the layout of the area. Yeah. But out of towner, Prairieville, Gonzales, Sorrento, all that's the same thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Same. And I feel it. I understand it.
Yeah, but I always say like I'm with you on that because I'm from Cologne. I'm gonna always say I'm from Cologne. I'm gonna rep where I'm from because I always feel like New Orleans got their own thing. They don't need another somebody. Like right. we need to ride for the places we came.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Well,
big up where you from.
When you go out of town and somebody asks you where you from, I'll say Hornville and be like, what is that?
Yeah,
out on the outskirts of New Orleans. Yeah. So I'll just say New Orleans or.
Right out the 310, man.
Yeah, right out there.
Yeah.
You
You're gonna have to ask me that second question. I might say, like I said, I'm gonna say the same thing. Like I'm right outside New Orleans, but I ain't gonna say New Orleans first.
Yeah. At the end of the day, though, we all country boys out here trying to make a living, man.
Yeah,
that's young, black, successful entrepreneur.
And doing what we said we were gonna do from the beginning, we're gonna start shining a light on the brothers and sisters that need that light shined on them, that's doing positive things, that are motivated. We're going to find hustlers. We're going to be out in the streets finding hustlers and letting y'all know who those people are so y'all can come out and y'all can support them. Mm-hmm. We're going to lead into that first question. One of the main reasons that I fell in love with the clothing line is this shirt right here. Procrastination kills dreams. Tell us about the idea that went into that design, and then tell us about, Villelyfe itself. So, the people that see this, know a little bit about you and what you're about, and why they should know about you, and if this is the first time they heard about you, why they should be rocking with you after this.
So Villelyfe as a whole, the clothing line, a lot of them I do a lot of art as far as like I go off sayings, right? So I go off sayings that I believe in. in that most, and it's also, and Villelyfe is not just a clothing brand. Like if you look on Instagram, it only give you certain options to put on there, right?
Yeah.
So Villelyfe is a lifestyle brand because we do more things than clothes. Like we got our hands in artists that actually do live performances and things like that. We reach out to certain platforms and we sponsor them, things like that, right? So the thing with Villelyfe is, as far as the clothing line part goes to it, we try to base our clothes off of the hustler's ambition. And it's not necessarily on some street stuff. I'm talking about more like just the mind frame that you have to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when I say procrastination kills dreams, I'm not saying like you need to rush to whatever goal you're trying to get to. What I'm saying is you don't want to wait. It's almost like, you know how somebody tell you, I'm not telling you rush, but hurry up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to, I mean, I don't care what you got. Like, dude, you ain't got to be rich to do whatever it is you got to do. Man, whatever you have at that moment, you grab what you have and you make it work. And you push. Because the only thing you're going to make something happen is by pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when you push, man, the universe find a way to bring, like, the universe brought us together.
Hey man, like,
My dude,
that,
I mean,
like that's
how
the
it
way it
happened.
go. Like, and like
That's
I
how it
said,
happened.
the thing that always brings back to mind when I see stuff like that is just like you say, why put off to tomorrow what you can do today?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like take that win today. Leave no wins on the table. Let's get after it.
Right.
So at the end of the day, man, what y'all witnessing right now, two black owned companies in the same area, man. We getting together and we supporting each other. You know, in 2018, that's what we trying to do right now, man. Bring unity, man. Everybody, great minds think alike, and great minds can make can move mountains. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this whole podcast is about. We shooting off. We starting off 2018 right. Young black successful entrepreneurs. He's an entrepreneur. We are entrepreneurs. Everybody, if you somebody, whatever it is a product, we want to reach out to you. We want you to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, he said the universe brought us together. You know, so I mean, he got a dope product. We got a dope product. Why not? Help out and embrace our brothers. You know what I'm saying? And our sisters out here. Yeah, that's the vibe, man.
Proof of concept that we can actually make more money, and be more productive working together. Like I think we're under the misconception that like we gotta get on and take care of ourselves by any means necessary, and anybody that comes along behind us that's doing something similar hurts us. Like no, like together, I mean we're stronger. It's strength in numbers. I'm gonna always push that. It's strength in numbers. And what's dope is dope. You know what I'm saying? You don't like. I think a lot of the competition comes from insecurity. Like we're not insecure about the things we're doing, and the people that we can connect with, they're not insecure about the things they're doing. They're confident in it. And if you want to get into entrepreneurism and that kind of stuff, like you got to be confident in what you're doing. Always. How do you stay motivated?
But not just that. Now, I want to go back to what you were saying before, like in the middle of the spill. A lot of people, I find, if y'all in the same lane, they hate on you.
Yeah.
And they'll do whatever it takes to try to knock you down.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bro, I hate to get political and things like that, but you look at the state of black people today, right? We trying to survive out here. You're making laws to mess over us and things like that. Now you look at the difference between the black man and somebody that's Jewish. Man, Jewish people, they stuck together. They handle business.
Yeah.
And they built a lot. And they have multiple companies that do the same thing.
Exactly.
They know how to coexist. But somewhere in our mind frame, we got it twisted that you got to knock down this next man that's trying to do what you're doing. I got to knock him down to make sure he don't get to my level.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you want, like Jay-Z said, the realest thing, dude, like, I wish I would pick up what he said, Belvedere, when I know P. Diddy got Ciroc. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, and they both got alcohols.
But check proven concept, because wasn't we talking about the show where Dame Dash was on and was saying like I didn't want to be the richest guy in my clique. Like I wanted all of us.
Everybody to have money.
Like I wanted us all to be
right. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, bro. I don't understand why, like, dude.
Everybody want to be the man, or they're gonna. If they the man, they wanna. And if they do put you on, they wanna embrace on. Oh, I put you on.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate that. Oh, I'm the plug.
Yeah.
I put you on the plug.
Man, get all that, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be honest. Like, dude, like, so shouts out to the Antidote.
Bet.
I do a lot of work with the Antidote, my man Joe and them.
I've been wanting to reach out to those cats too, man.
We can get y'all in with that.
So that's definitely
we definitely hook that up.
Yeah.
But you know, the Antidote with that, like, not only am I like a big contributor to the Antidote, Genesis Clothing Line is a big contributor.
Oh yeah, I
to
know
the
Clarence
Antidote,
and all them, boy.
So like, and me and him gonna eventually have a meeting, and we gonna build.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude.
Shout out
people,
to Big Genesis.
You know, because people look at stuff and be like, well, how you got, they ask for all the time, how you got two clothing lines that sponsor you on the same ticket? Man, I don't care about that, man.
No,
I want to see them people win just like I'm winning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no hate in my heart. Like, dude, I do a lot of things out of the kindness of my heart. I help put people on out the kindness of my heart. And I give everything. I give my all to make sure people right.
Now, before you even get back to shouting out some more people, I want you to touch on something else that you said because it's important. And being that we just starting out, like, we're going to push hard and promote this. When you start talking about other races, like you talk about how Jewish people collectively, you know, got together to you know, pool resources and build businesses that even if they're similar, they still build them, they still support them, and they push them in unity. That comes from understanding that if you want to stand in this country, you got to have a big economic base.
Group economics.
Talk a little bit about
look,
that, because that is something that we are going to harp on. Group economics is huge, and it's the thing that we are missing in the black community. And all that backbiting is what's going to keep us away from that.
So, I'm a big believer in group economics, right?
Yeah.
So, say like this person can get a certain amount of money, but it takes, say he can get $100,000, but it takes $1 million to get there. Why would you take all your money and you grind to get to this $1 million to get to this certain point when you could have actually had this person that had $100,000 and you can get 10 more people like that, and y'all can get to this point to get what you want, and you're not just having all your stuff on the line. Everybody else is equally invested as you.
Yeah.
And y'all make it to this point together.
Yeah.
But then you're not liable for everything. See, the problem is with us is like, you got a lot of people that want to be the man. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
right, like you was just saying.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be the man. Like, see me, like, I'm different though. Like, dude, like, I come from, like, one thing with music, like, people hear my music a lot of times and they'll be like, dude, why you ain't pushing this? Because, to be honest, they'll be like, you should have been on. If you've been spitting like this, like, they hear a lot of the songs that I do and they be like, dude, you should have been on this. Me, I'm the type of dude, I don't like the light like that. I really don't like the light. I like to be in the background. To be honest, I had this for 1.5 years before people realized that it was me that had this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people really guess around. And I got a lot of friends that will rep the same brand like it's their brand. You feel me?
Yeah.
Somebody come up to them and be like, say, man, you know who owns Villelyfe? Like, who does the Villelyfe stuff? Because they know it's somebody in the circle. And they gonna be like, yeah, that's my brand.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna tell them no different. If they never seen this interview, I'm gonna tell them no different. Yeah, he own the brand. You heard me? You should help your man and get some of that. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And in the same token, we all together with stuff like anything they do, Villelyfe get behind their projects.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's my dude needing help on the rent. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, but I don't care if it's that. Like, man, Villelyfe is really on some family type thing. Like, you know how it is. Like, I named it that because I got love from where I'm from. And Prairieville, like, made me, and I hate to say that right now, I might be shooting myself in the foot because I find out that when you say Ville on things, like it's territorial, and people don't want to buy things because of it says Ville sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just that. It's just that to me, like I say, Villelyfe represents like the hustler and the businessman. You know, you feeding for your family and things like that. That's the big underlying meaning for Villelyfe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you ever read the mission statement off my website, you will see that, right?
Yeah.
But to me personally, the reason why I gave it the name Villelyfe is just a name. But to me, Villelyfe is everything that I am because I learned everything that I am and learned how to operate in life because of where I'm from. So I put Ville in that name. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even live in Prairie no more, but it represents me.
Well, that's something else I want to talk about because I had a conversation with a person that was thinking about getting into business for themselves, and one of the main things I was trying to get across to them is to sell product or to get support. You got to sell your story.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't pay enough respect to that when we get started about telling our story and getting people that have similar experiences to come to us, you know, because if you tell your story, people that have similar experiences, they'll gravitate to you. You don't have to even go out and seek them. They'll come to you, but we don't do enough of sharing our story. So when you say you named it, you know, Villelyfe because of your story and how you came about and you want to continue to promote that unity, like that's your story. So you don't have to worry about who's, you know, I say who won't, you know, get it because people that relate, they always get it. And that's our market. Our market are people that relate to us. Right. You can't sell to somebody that doesn't see the vision. You know?
That's absolute truth, man. You got to say, people who gonna relate to you, it's gonna always be your
That's your demographic.
That's your demographic. Right. We talk every day. It's not a day that won't buy me and him talking. I'll be like, man, I got a DM today, man, from a cat. Man, dude just bought 6 jackets this week. Next week he done bought some more. Or I'm seeing him posting it on his DM. I mean on his timeline, our shirts, and he's like, man, go ahead and get it. You know, y'all ain't got yours yet. And like this cat, I don't even know him, never met him before. We don't even talk. Everything is just DMs. Like, man, I'm working on something for us. That was the last conversation we had, man. I'm working on something for us. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
that's how it happened with me.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, bro, like I started this man from nothing, right?
Yeah. And
it just built. It constantly built. The more people I mess with, and to be honest, the more generosity you show, like the bigger your brand grow, right?
Right.
So the thing is like the same way you saying that, like that's how it happens with me. So the more people I connect with and show them love on certain things, like the more my brain grows. So it just kind of happens organic because I don't necessarily like this. This is the first venture I probably did for money, right? To be honest, as a business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I went the whole business route with it as profit. Now, so I understand I got to make money on it, right?
Yeah.
But I do a lot of things off the muscle because I respect somebody or I rock with them. So I do a lot of that off the muscle. But in doing that in business, it made my brain grow so much more. Because when I talk to certain people, like in the settings where people need to know who I am, right? And I might go to a show, I might talk to somebody somewhere, and I'll be like, I'm D-Man at the beach from Villelyfe, right? And they be like, and they'll look at me, because I'm always rocking something Villelyfe, you know what I'm saying? So then they'll see the symbol, and they be like, man, I see that thing everywhere. Mm-hmm. Man, so let me get your number.
Say, I'm in here, so this is a cat or is a bat? Like where are we with this? You know what I'm saying? It's a panther?
Yeah.
Oh man, well, see, we really in there. All right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like the thing, man. They see the symbol, and it's like they be like, man, I see that everywhere. And you know, I don't know, and this is the thing though. And you was asking me about my drive, what keeps me motivated, right?
That's right. What keeps you motivated?
So this year, probably, okay, so 2 months ago, well, a little less than 2 months ago, because now it's just 2 months, but found out wife pregnant.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So now, and we just celebrated our 1 year anniversary in July.
Congratulations.
Right, thank you.
All right.
So like, that's a whole nother motivation for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because I think now I live my life more for legacy. And I'm trying to do things. And I started once I got married, and once I found a woman that I wanted to be with, and she fit all the qualities that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I found somebody that I love in it. It's like, okay, now I'm starting to think more like, all right, I know kids is gonna come, and eventually I'm gonna have to be that man that I want my son to be, or that I want my daughter to be with, right? So I try to live my life in that light, and I just take that, bro, and everything I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's how this business really came about. Cause I was thinking about that, and I was like, how would I need to do something outside of music that's business oriented, and be able to, when I eventually have kids, show my kids business in a certain way. Yeah. So with this, I took this, turned it to a business. And it's starting to, and it's picking up a lot, and it turned out really good. So I know when people deal with me, don't be surprised, once my child come in the world and they old enough to walk and things like that, they're gonna be around this.
But that's it, man.
A lot. They're gonna see. I want them to see how I deal with people.
Yeah.
I want them to see how things, how business gets handled, and how you're supposed to deal with certain people, and how they deal with certain things, because that's important. Exactly. I want them to be able to know from young how to navigate through the world. And I think that's one thing that black folks don't do enough of. Like, we talking about the gap where, people hating on each other and things like that. Like, I want them to see that you need to work with people.
Yeah, see, that's the whole problem, man. And I tell people all the time, man, it's a cycle.
Right.
It's just an ongoing cycle. If you embrace the hate, your kids gonna understand the hate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or you just listening to one type of music and growing up in your household, that's all you gonna want to listen to is gangster music, and you want to be gangster and go out there and carry a gun and want to fight everybody.
And it's the thing, though, to be honest, like when you talk about the music, so this is probably the first time in history that you got parents that like rap to a certain degree, right?
Yeah. It's definitely
children,
that's crazy.
Like this,
that's
to where
crazy.
they actually can relate on things.
Yeah.
So now this is the time you need to have the talk with your children. Like my pops,
scary.
I was scared to ever ask my pops how much you make and how you deal with your money.
Yeah.
I could never ask him that. Although he don't do the things that I do with my money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I learned my business sense from him because I seen him, and that's why I know that I always wanted to do some business stuff, because even though he had a 9-to-5, he always had something on the side where he was doing business.
Yeah.
On something, right? And I think that's where I got that from.
That's a dope power influence. Just like you said, you want to be an influence on your kid. Like your dad gave you that.
But I want to take it further though. Like I want to take it further. Like
that's your legacy.
I don't want to keep things for my children. Like when it comes to dealing with money, like I want them to be able to handle finances. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to show them the numbers.
But that's YBS 2018. We're gonna talk a lot about finance. We're gonna talk a lot about providing for your family. Life insurance is going to be a big thing for us in 2018 about, making sure that your family's taken care of, if anything ever happens to you. Like being a good man or being a good woman is a great thing, but it's so many decisions that we can make, before anything happens to us, that we need to start being more conscious of that. Gotta be.
So yeah, man. So 2018, man, we wrapping this thing up, and it's a pleasure. Like I said, man, we up in here with Villelyfe, the clothing brand. So man, we like I said, we ain't no lane where we just competing against each other. We not gonna be hating on each other, man. We gonna share ideas. You gonna see a lot of us. Me and my business partner, we gonna be rocking that Villelyfe. I'm pretty sure he gonna be rocking that YBS. We gonna be in stores together,
jackets,
network.
Yeah, we got
jackets.
Man, what size are you, man?
2X.
2X. All right. Oh yeah, we can do
2X. So my weight fluctuates a lot.
Yeah, well,
I get big and I get small like very quick. People look at me like I had a manager that told me one day she thought I was gay.
We're gonna talk about a couple more things before it's all said and done, because like this brother has gems in in each one of these podcasts that we do, like, we always want to leave you with something that we feel is going to help you be better at whatever it is you're doing. And like I said, this shirt is what made me fall in love with the brand. This shirt is second up. Follow your passion. How important is it to, one, find your passion in life, and then two, get after it?
To be honest, bruh, like, follow your passion. That one, I learned it from somebody that I used to work with. And they told me, they said, man, in life, you know, I learned something. I feel like they did life wrong. Because he's an older fella.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, in life, it's really better when you're young to follow your passion and follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Because if you're really passionate about it and you really feel that way and that's what you feel like you was put here to do, eventually the money will come. Like you get college students. Like I was in college, right? And money wasn't coming. I was struggling like every college student. But thing is with me, my situations was a little different. So when I was struggling with money, it was bad. You know what I'm saying? So I did some things that I don't even want to touch on. But I eventually left it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And got in the real world. And that life, when you worried about money all the time, man, that turns to life and death a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you talking about following your passion, your dreams, like whether you got money or not, if you follow your dreams, you will eventually find a way to get there. And then once you get there, you're gonna be passionate to keep going at it.
Yeah.
And then the money will eventually come.
Exactly.
Right? So then when the money start coming and it's like a everyday thing, a job type situation, it won't feel like a job. You're gonna be happy to wake up and go get it.
Just go get it.
That's why certain people excel at certain things
Exactly.
more than somebody else do, because they found something that's really them.
Yeah.
And they don't want to, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a front.
Yeah.
Like certain people go to college because
Their parents don't.
their parents want to go to college. It's the legacy. Like everybody, right?
Yeah.
That's the socially accepted way.
That's right.
Like if you don't necessarily want to, right? You know, if you don't necessarily want to go to college, if you don't necessarily want to go to college, man, and you trying to find
somebody
yourself,
in there.
and find out what it is you want to do. And sometimes you might need to go, you know, like with your kids, and they getting to a point where they're getting close to being able to go to college. You might want to let them go intern with somebody for free and let them see what it is they do. Like what's the real world of this look like, and let them know from jump, like, is this something that I really want to do?
Right.
Yeah.
Or is this something that I shouldn't even try to touch? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I really want to spend my time and waste this money on it? You know? And I mean, that's just where I'm at with it, bro. I try to follow the passion in anything it is. Like right now I'm in a position where, and that's important to do it when you're young. Because now I'm at a point where I have to get money.
Gotta get.
I cannot go a day without making a certain amount of money, because at the end of the day, I got people counting on me, and that will never go away forever. You know what I'm saying?
Last question for the man. You got anything?
Man, I pretty much wrapped it up. He touched some major points.
Yeah,
you know
touch real good.
Other than let's stick together, man, and let's follow our dreams and continue that journey together, man. Keep pushing and embracing each other.
Oh yeah.
You know, we gonna roll this thing out.
Villelyfe 2018, man. What do you want to see in the new year? Last question. Villelyfe 2018, man.
Man, 2018, I'm changing my strategies up a little bit.
All right.
And I'm expanding a little more. Y'all gonna definitely see it.
All right.
Just like y'all gonna see this podcast when it come out, and hear it, whatever platforms y'all put it on. Y'all definitely gonna, like, people start to say they see me everywhere now. They think they see me everywhere now. They gonna see me a lot.
Increased presence.
In a lot more places, man.
Yes.
Like, to be honest with you, for this next year, I'm to the point where I'm pushing to get at least 10,000 pieces sold.
Oh, you gotta tell them. You got before we cut this off. You gotta tell them about the drive.
Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot. You gotta tell them about the drive, because I told you it's important that we talk about the universe bringing people together. It's important to put it out there, and you're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen together.
All right, man. So at the end of the day, what I'm gonna do is I'm starting this drive for 2018. Starting from January 2018, ended in July 2019.
All right.
I'm gonna push to sell 10,000 pieces. Now I'm gonna take a certain percentage of that, and I'm gonna donate that to something that represents us, right?
Cat almost sound like a YBS partner. Don't he though?
Like even
to
listening
be
to us or
honest,
something. What do you mean?
Man,
To
look,
be
this
honest,
is like
I'm gonna donate it
like, man,
because
the minute I met this dude, bro, I told you it was like that.
But people, because it's not just me that do it. People help me do it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if y'all represent Villelyfe, if y'all want to get, and it's not just hustle, man. It's about providing for your family, being a backbone.
Damn.
If that represents you, if that's what you want to be, you know what I'm saying, in life, you should rock with Villelyfe.
That's right.
Because that's what we represent.
That's right.
Even all the way down to my music, and I keep that separate, to be honest. But me is all about providing for family, man. It's not about pushing foreign cars. Everybody talk about pushing foreign cars and this and that and blase blase. I don't even sell myself a high markup point to say I'm like trying to get rich off of one shirt. Like I really kind of keep it close.
It's the movement.
To what it is, but the thing is with me is all about providing for the family, man. You doing all this hustling, doing all this stuff. Like one thing, since I grew up, it used to be about the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at a time, I should have realized that it was about passion. But now, as I got older, I realized that I found more joy in going through the process of things.
Yeah.
Because I more value time that I spent with certain people, and times that I learned certain things. And you look back when you get older, you look back and be like, man, remember that day when we did this?
Yeah.
You remember that day when we did this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be the funniest thing ever. Because you sit back and you think about it, right?
Memories are currency.
You want your memories to, man, you want to look back on it and be able to say your memories that you did things right. And then when you get older, that you're not ashamed of these things that you've done.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody gonna have something that they don't want to talk about. But for the most part,
everything that you've been through got you here.
Yeah.
It got you here.
It made me who I am.
It's crazy how you touch on the times that you spent with certain people and times you can spend with some of the wrong people too.
Yeah.
You gotta
But
shout that out too. Shout out to the wrong people.
To be honest though, bro, I don't think it's about wrong people, because I think every relationship you build in life and all the time you spend, even if you go the wrong direction sometimes, it makes you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't be here without the bad times.
Right.
Just like you feel the good times. You gotta learn a lesson.
I'm gonna tell you